What's up, guys? This is Radical Red, and here we are back at the start of the Elite Four. You guys wanted to see Lorelei's Rain Team, so today we're gonna do Lorelei's Rain Team. And I really hope you guys enjoy this video because the amount of work it took to get all the way back here is crazy. The only save state I had before entering the Elite Four was all the way back at the start of Cerulean Cave. So I had to go all the way back and beat Ariana and Archer all over again, and beat Giovanni all over again, and beat Claire, and beat Gary and Brendan, and go through all of Victory Road. But finally, we have finally made it back to the start of the Elite Four. The team that Lorelei uses is a 50-50, but it is determined before you enter the building of the Elite Four. So I know this is a little bit confusing, but obviously I had a save state at the start of the actual Elite Four, but since it wasn't outside the building, it wouldn't let me re-roll to get Lorelei's Rain Team. But alas, the people have spoken. You guys wanted to see Lorelei's Rain Team. You all said that Lorelei's Rain Team is harder, so today we're gonna find out. Of course, we're using the same exact team as we did against her Hail team, and we haven't changed a thing. But Lorelei's got an entirely new team. She leads with Ludicolo and Iron Bundle, and we're going to lead with Dragonite and Melmetal. And of course, one of the major things that's different is there is a heavy rain that also nullifies fire-type moves, by the way, rather than snow. So it's going to be an entirely different battle. So on this first turn, Ludicolo always goes for Fake Out, and I think it's random. Him targeting Dragonite is less than ideal because it's never going to deal a lot of damage, but for Dragonite, it does break his multi-scale. Iron Bundle goes for the Hydro Pump. It deals big damage to Melmetal, but we survive, and either way, we're getting a knockout on this first turn. So because Dragonite was faked out, Melmetal gets off his double Iron Bash, and after 2 hits, Iron Bundle is going to go down. Now, if Melmetal gets faked out instead, Dragonite will get his attack off, a dual Wing Beat into Ludicolo, who will go down from that as well. And using a 2-hit attack like dual Wing Beat on Ludicolo is important because he's holding a Focus Sash. Now, we're going to see the Genesect come out next. And this thing is dangerous considering its main weakness, Fire, is nullified during this battle. And we're in a less than ideal position because Dragonite was faked out and his multi-scale is broken. Now we're going to try to superpower with Melmetal here, but it's not going to work out. Ludicolo has a Swift Swim ability, so he's really fast and attacks first and takes out Melmetal before we get a chance to move. Next, Genesect goes for Ice Beam, and Dragonite's multi-scale is broken, but we've prepared for this exact moment with Dragonite holding Yachi Berry. It's going to negate some of the super effective damage from Dragonite being 4 times weak to ice. We're able to survive the attack, and we're going to get off the dual Wing Beat. It's super effective against Ludicolo. Hitting twice breaks through the Focus Sash, and we're going to get another knockout. Now, this battle can still go a ton of different ways. We're in a less than ideal situation again from on that first turn, Dragonite being faked out, but we're still at a slight advantage here. We've taken out 2 of Lorelei's Pokemon versus our 1. However, Dragonite is on low HP, and we're in one of those tricky situations right now where we both have to send out a Pokemon at the same time. We're going to choose Wobbuffet, and Lorelei sends out a Dragonite of her own. Now, the way the AI usually works in that situation is Lorelei will send out a Pokemon that is good against the Pokemon that we send out. However, Wobbuffet is a wild card, and he's pretty tricky to use, especially in double battles. With Wobbuffet, you want to predict whether the opponent's going to use a special or a physical move and click either Counter or Miracle accordingly. But we know that our Dragonite's going down on this turn either way. That's why we use Extreme Speed to at least get some chip damage first, but we predict the physical move right. The opponent's Dragonite goes for Aqua Tail, and it's a good thing we clicked Counter. And we went for Extreme Speed there just to break the opponent's multi-scale, but with the way Counter works, I don't think that actually mattered. But either way, we're going to take that as a win. We sacrifice our Dragonite for hers. Real quick, guys, if you enjoy the content, remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It helps out a ton. And also, don't forget to hit the bell for notifications. YouTube loves to not notify subscribers of new videos, so make sure you hit that bell. Now, once again, we are in a tricky situation of where we have to send out a Pokemon at the same time as the opponent does. So this could go very wrong very quickly depending on who we choose. Ultimately, we go with King Gambit, and Lorelei sends out Palkia. Now, normally we save King Gambit as kind of the anchor of the team. His ability Supreme Overlord benefits from fallen allies, so sending him out this early is unusual. However, he is our best Pokemon and best matchup against Genesect, considering we can't use Fire-type moves. So first, Palkia goes for Draco Barrage. This is a Radical Red exclusive new move. It's a 100 base power Dragon-type move and is either physical or special depending on the user's stats. So because Palkia has a higher special stat, Draco Barrage is a special attack. Wobbuffet just barely survives the Draco Barrage, having that plus special defense nature hanging in there like a champ. Genesect decides to target King Gambit with the Thunder, and King Gambit should be able to shake this off like it's nothing. Thunder having 100% accuracy in the rain, by the way. We get off the Kowtow Cleave, it deals big damage to Genesect, and we get off the Miracle, hitting Palkia back twice as hard as he hit us. We were barely able to survive the Draco Barrage, and Palkia goes down to the mirror. Wobbuffet, definitely the undisputed MVP of this battle. Like I said earlier, he is a wild card. He is very hard to use, especially in double battles, and he can either make or break your team. But Lorelei is down to her final 2 Pokemon as she sends out her Swampert, which is a Mega Swampert, by the way, and this thing is not easy to deal with. So right away, she's going to go ahead and Mega Evolve, and this Mega Swampert has Swift Swim, so its speed is doubled. However, speed doesn't trump priority moves. First things first, we get off the priority Sucker Punch, and Genesect goes down. Next, Mega Swampert goes for the Waterfall. Now, we did click counter, but unfortunately, Wobbuffet, even with that Citrus Berry, just does not have enough HP left. I think getting 2 knockouts is good enough. Wobbuffet definitely did his job and takes an honorable fall. And at this point, with basically still half of our team left against Lorelei's last single Pokemon, it's pretty much checkmate. We're going to bring out Alakazam to finish the battle. Now, it doesn't matter what we do with King Gambit here. I know I just said that Mega Swampert is difficult to deal with unless you're Mega Alakazam, and we've got him just for this moment right here. Even with Swift Swim, Swampert is not able to outspeed Mega Alakazam. We're packing an Energy Ball. It's 4 times super effective against Mega Swampert, and he goes down in 1 shot. And that's GG Lorelei's Rain Team. Now, the question arises, is Lorelei's Rain Team better than her Hail Team, as many of you said? Well, in my humble opinion, no, not really. For me personally, this battle was a bit easier than Lorelei's Hail Team, but I think what it really comes down to is the matchup and what team you bring into the Elite Four. When you're making an Elite Four team, you're not just building it for Lorelei, you're building it for 5 battles. So with my Elite Four team, for me personally, I think Lorelei's Rain Team was a bit easier, but then again, I don't think Radical Red would intentionally make one of her teams way harder than the other. I think it's all matchup dependent, and I think the creators of Radical Red did a great job in balancing both of her teams. But this is the Elite Four squad. This is the team that we're going to be using going forward, and I hope you guys all enjoyed this video, and I hope you're all as excited as I am to battle Bruno next. So thank you all for watching. Leave a comment. I always love to hear from you guys. Do you still think Lorelei's Rain Team is harder than her Hail Team? Any thoughts or feedback? I always love to hear from you guys. And as always, thanks again for watching, and see you next time.